Hello, I hope we are live here. I hope so. Hello, wonderful people. Good to have you all here. Yeah, good to have you all here. Good to have you all. Welcome to today's program. Welcome to today's program. We are going to be having a short program today, which is I know that's the best thing we can do for now. That's the only thing I know we can do. So I welcome you in today's program. Welcome once again. In today's live stream, we're going to talk about decision making. Hello, is anyone there? Hello, is anyone there who is hearing me out there? Who is hearing me out there? Let's wait for a few seconds or a few minutes. Hello. Hello. Good to have you all here. Good to have you all here. I'm just seeing if I can set up some certain things here. Hello, wonderful people. Good to have you all here. I'm just waiting for we to be able to, for others to join us. Please, as you're joining, please remember to share the live broadcast so that others can join us too. I'm just, setting up some things here, but there's no big deal about that. So, as we are waiting for others to join, please, as you are joining, like and share this live broadcast. Thanks for joining. I know we start late. We started late, I know that. Hello, is anyone there? I don't want to waste much time. I want to start this broadcast as soon as I can, so I can be able to meet up with the timing. So as we have already few people joined in, I think we can start. As you're joining, please remember to like the live stream, share also to anyone who you think that needs to hear this, that needs to know about this, because this is part of our everyday decision. Today we are talking about how to make decisions. You know, it's part of our everyday lives. So if you are ready to make a better decision, give me the fire emoji in the chat box. Give me the fire emoji in the chat box, and let's rock it. And let's rock it. So as we are waiting for others to join in, please remember to like and share this live broadcast so that others can be able to join in. Today we are going to be talking about decision making. So I welcome you to this live broadcast. It's not easy to be here. I always appreciate every little effort we make in life, because I know that those little effort is what makes up the big thing in our daily lives. If you have made up your choice to join this live streaming in the same way, you have made a great choice for yourself, because first, decision making is everything in our everyday lives. So we really need to know more, because it affects everything. Any decision you make today and you really do not go deep and to do the necessary things you need to do, then there might be mistakes somewhere, and you end up making the wrong choices, and all those things. So the point I'm making is simple as anything. The choice we make matters a lot. The decisions we make on our daily basis matters a lot. So if you have made this wonderful decision to be part of this live stream, I welcome you. Please like and share to any of your platform you think that you need people to hear this, because this has shaped my life. It has really helped me a lot, and I'm going to be sharing with you my own personal experience, because I believe in our personal experience. Our journeys matters a lot, and that is it. So as you are joining, please remember to like and share this broadcast so that others can be able to partake in this. Sorry, give me some minutes. Let me share this also to my own platform. All right. I'm almost done. Please share to your favorite platform. So, all right, let's begin. We have taken some time off, which we are not supposed. Few minutes. So today we are going to be talking about how to make the right decision, a better decision every day. I'm going to be giving you 5 killer tips for making better decisions all the time and trusting yourself, because this matters a lot. In our daily lives, everything about our lives is based on decision. Any situation we find ourselves today is based on decision. Yeah, it's based on the decision we made. So I encourage you to partake in this live stream, because this will benefit you in all round, professional, personal, anywhere you found yourself. This is what matters. Some people, you may see some people, it seems like they are greater in decision making. Oh, it's just because they have mastered these 5 killer tips. So I'm going to be sharing with you all of this. First of all, I encourage you, and one question I would like to ask you is, what's the toughest decision you have ever you have had or made this recent time? Maybe in few days, maybe in few weeks ago. What was the toughest decision you have had recently? I would like to hear from you, and also I would like to, I'm not seeing the charts, why? So I would like to let you know that you are free to comment in the chat section. You are also free to ask any question, even if it is not related to decision making, but maybe something you feel like you want to ask, that you have, you don't really understand much about it, you want to know more, get more insight on them. So feel free. The chat box or the comment section is free for you to share your ideas, share your questions, what you think. So that's the thing. What's the toughest decision you have had recently? Let me know in the chat box. All right, somebody's telling me my GCSE. I see. Okay, someone is already telling me in the chat box. So I would like you to let me know. So as you are watching, please let me know your decisions in the chat section. That's how I'll get to know ourselves, because I'm going to review my own way of doing this. This is my unique way, because this, like I said, this is everything. Decision making is everything. So we are going to tackle something, tackling something all round, because like I said, decision making is about everything. The food we eat, we make decision, the things we drink, down to everything. So decision making matters so much in every of our daily lives. So as we are making this decision, let's talk about how to make confident choices, without fear as well. It's part, like I said, it's part of decision making, and without fear or hesitation or even regret. I don't know, but this is the way I know I have been. So I'm going to share everything with you, every damn thing, nothing hidden. That's me for you. So the thing here is, I want you to stick around, because at the end I will share the number one game changing secrets, tips. These tips are wonderful, but the end of it is so amazing. You will love it, because like I said, this is so powerful. It's a tool that when you grab, you'll be able to achieve anything you want in life. So this will be at the end. That is on the end anyway. The last one is the game-changing tip, which you will not want to miss. If you really want to better your life, if you really want to become your best version, that's been my goal, that's been my aim all this while. So you want to make decisions, good decisions, transform your life for good, for real. Become your best version and be happy for who you have become. You need these tips. And the last one is the game-changing aspect. So game-changing tips. So first of all, let's talk about the problem. In life, when we do things, we do not really consider a lot of things. The problem, some of the struggles we have when making decisions. The first one, we have these struggles daily, every day, every second, every minute, every hour, where there is a situation in front of you, you're like, and that's the fear of failure. You're like, can I really succeed in this? I know there is this nagging fear of failure in you. You're trying to, I don't really think I can do this. I don't really think I can do this. I can't achieve. No. This is the struggles we go through every day of our lives. But I want to let you know that you don't have to allow this fear of failure to hold you down. Don't let it keep you from achieving success. Don't let it keep you from getting what you're supposed to achieve in life. To be honest, become your best. Because when you box yourself in that little box over there, thinking this is where I'm made of, this is who I have become, this is how I grew up. No. I was talking to someone last night. I met someone I was talking to, and they were like, just forget about it. This is the way it is. I've grown this way. I said, no, you can become better. But because this belief that this is, no one cares about me. I believe that if no one cares about you, your Creator cares about you. So the source of life cares about you. And that's the reason why you are rising every day. Because as I was having this discussion with this person, the way this person was just saying this and saying it in the form that there is nothing there to achieve. I said, no, there is. It's just you have not seen the other side of life, the other side of things. We all have similar things, similar experiences, similar situations. And when I started, he never understood what I was saying until I started telling him about my own experience, how I grew up. As I was saying it, he was like resonating. We are in the same. I said, but that's the thing. You see the point? You are not saying we are in the same category, but you have not let that burden off. You have not let go. Because I believe in when you share your struggles with people, not everyone, but with people who can resonate with you, what do? You are freely, like freeing yourself. You are letting go of something. That's why it's always good to speak it out. Because I believe when you speak that thing off, it's off. So this fear of failure is one of the struggles we get daily. You start thinking, that thing starts speaking to you in your head. Because last night as I was speaking to this person, he was saying, a lot of things speak to me in my head. And I say, you don't have to listen to those negative things. The same thing happens to every one of us. I have had this countless times. And I do share this with my husband all the time. I will tell him. I don't tell him all the time because sometimes there are times you tell some things, it starts creating like kind of fear to some people, because you need to know the kind of people you are around with, so you start sharing. I never shared this with him for a long time until one day I decided to share it with him. I told him, do you know I used to have a voice in my head tell me that you will die. And when I said this, he was looking, and maybe he was waiting for the next thing. So I said to him, do you know what I do? I told him that because I was telling him, listen, we all have the same thing. We all experience the same thing. All we need to do is as simple as ABC. If there is a negative voice speaking to you, if you cannot ignore it, counter it with a positive one. This is how I've been. And when this negative voice comes to say maybe that my husband will die, not just my husband, a lot of things, keep saying things, and I'll say to that negative voice, Jude will never die. He will not die until he fulfills his purpose on earth. He will live to see his great-great-grandchildren. This is how I counter it. You know, like I said, we experience these things every day. And do you know the point? The thing is, this problem we are facing, these struggles we are having, like the fear of failure, making you think you cannot achieve it. If you allow it, it will take over your life. And that is what will shape your life into that small box. You will now see yourself that is why I do see some people, they will say, this is where I belong. This is where I belong. Like, seriously? No. You can't say you belong in a small, no. I know we all have this belief that we belong somewhere, but listen, you are great. You are great. If you know God has created us and give us that willpower. He said, I've given you the power to make choices, to choose the right from wrong, life or death. All these things is up to you. That's why I said you have to first of all summon the courage and to never listen to the fear of failure speaking to you. Another struggle I also notice we all always have is overcoming number of options. These options can be, when you listen to Mr. A will tell you this. You listen to Mr. B will tell you this. You listen to Mr. C. 3 different things and you are confused. What do I choose? These are the struggles we go through every day. When you start seeking for options, you are confusing yourself the more. That is how it is. So, like, I'm sharing everything, like myself, my experience. Because we all go through this every day. Every one of us. There are days, like I would say, when I speak to some people, I will tell them, listen, we all have this, we are similar when it comes to the experiences, the circumstances we see every day, we encounter every day. We are all similar. We have things in common. Like last night, I was speaking to this guy. When I was telling him, first of all, I was talking to him. He was like, you will not understand. You will not. So I said, listen, we have all been there. I have been there. And I'm no longer there. I have come out of there. And that's exactly what I want you to do. To come out of there. But first, you have to know that there is this source of life. This creator of the universe, who made us in the way and gave us the willpower. You have to know, oh, this is my life. I got to take control of it. Forget what is coming in your head or the words people have spoken to you. I've had a lot of bad things spoken to me in the past. But do you know what I do? I let go. I am not the creator of my life. No. The one who created me and put me wherever he has put me there knows why. He gave me the courage to move on. So, there is also another struggle I notice we go through daily, in our daily lives. And that is the pressure. Sometimes when I say this, I'm not against listening to friends. No, I'm not. But this pressure from others, maybe from families or friends, or just anyone you meet around there. There are people who want to, control. It's not about controlling. It's about what is it resonating. It's about where it's coming from. The heart is coming from. Because a lot of things happen in this world that we do not really know what to seek for again. Like this scenario of last night was something else. This guy I met, a good guy, just a young guy. And it pains me because a lot of people are going through that same thing. A lot of people are going through the same situation. But opening up is the problem because they feel like, oh, I can't open up. Even if you created that yourself based on the decision you made in the past, can't you correct some or correct it? You are alive, you can correct it. How do you correct it? By making the right decision. But before you make a right decision, how are you going to know it's a right decision? That's the thing. So, These are the challenges we meet every day of our lives. Like I said, I myself, I experience these things. Sometimes there are some thoughts that come, I ignore them. But when the thoughts persist, I'll counterintuitive. If it is negative thought, I'll counter it. That is what I do. I counter it. I put, if it says you're not gonna get that job, I'll say no. Why wouldn't I get it? Do you know who I am? No, God has created me. He has made me. He has given me the power to choose anything I want, and He will give it to me. I'll say no. I'm beautiful. I'm this. I'm that. You just give yourself. If you know those qualities you have that you makes you to think you deserve that job, give it. You counter it. And when you do that once, twice, 3 times, you continue to do it up to, let's say you do it up to 3 weeks. Before you know it, it becomes part of you. And this is how you conquer those little or problems, struggles. It will no longer be a struggle for you. I conquered this myself, like right from childhood. When I was speaking to this guy last night, I was telling him, listen, I have been hated. Because as I was speaking to him, he says, I said, anyway, I'll put you in my prayers. He said, I know you want good for me, but you are the only one who wants good. I said, no, I'm not. God, your creator, the one who made you stay the way you are, gives you the energy to rise up and come to work. No, he cares for you. He said he doesn't believe in God. That's the problem. He doesn't believe there's a power or any source out there. I said, but then how do you live? What do you think give you the God? Because he says, I do see myself in situations. No one helps me out. I help myself out. And I said, okay, do you know there are people, there are still people who see themselves in the same situation you see themselves, but they never came out of it alive. You never ask yourself, how come you came out of it alive? There is a purpose for your living. And as I was saying this, I saw that he was so I said, I had to share my experience with him. And when I started sharing, he started resonating. Oh, we are pretty like we are much alike. We have the same experience. I say, you say that? You're not saying we have the same. I told you, but you never, maybe you thought I was just rambling. And I said to him, we all have this experience. Every one of us have these similar experiences. But what matters is how we handle it. I'm telling you right now, you need to recognize one thing first. Because first, he didn't even believe there is a source, a super power over there, something that's kept him alive. He says he keeps hearing voices in his head. I said, no, you don't have to believe in those voices. You just have to know how to conquer this. So, in the struggles, including me, I have had this a lot, countless times. And that's why I decided I'm going to, share my own experience with you. So my question to you is, what in all these challenges we face daily, like I've listed 3 of them to you. In all these 3 challenges, which of these do you struggle with most? Because each of them have different ways of tackling them. I have the one of family pressure, and that is nothing for me because I know how to do my thing. The thing there is, there are ways to tackle these problems. That's why I asked you. Let me know in the chat box which of these struggles do you struggle the most. The first one is fear of failure. The second one is too many options. And the third one is pressure from others, like family, friends, colleagues, or whatsoever. So you can type 1, 2, or 3 in the chat box. So now, like I said, first of all, the pressure of, let me explain some things about how to, I've already given you how you can tackle the fear of failure. How you can tackle it is very easy. Very, very easy. Counterintuitive. Like counter the negative. If the negative comes to your head and say, who are you to achieve this? You can't even go, you are nothing, you don't have anything, you don't have any money in your account, you can't get that job, you're not pretty, you're not handsome, you're not this. No, counter. Bring out the positivity in you, because we all have good things. We all have good qualities. So the only way to counter that is to bring out the positives in you. Start thinking of the good things you have, the good qualities, the looks, the eyes, you are good, you are courageous, start bringing it out. No, I am courageous, I know I can achieve this. And before you know it, it works perfectly. Let me give you an instance of before I got married to my husband. I had a misunderstanding with my dad. So he asked me to that was on a Sunday, and my husband, being Jude, knows I do, although I always wanted to partake in the things of God, like serve him, read his word. I've always dreamed of that. In as much as every day I go out, when I go to school, I see, or coming back, I see people gathered in the church reading together as a group. It always makes me happy. I say one day I will be part of these people. So then I met my husband Jude. When I met him, before I met him, I was having this, that's why I said God puts you in a place for reasons, not because you are beautiful or because you deserve it. We all deserve good things, but there is a reason for everything. So where I was working in the First Bank, in a bank in Nigeria, I was working in the banking hall, like the back office. Then after 4 months, I was taken to another section. This time it's not in the same bank, like the bank is different from that office, from that section. So I never went there. I don't even know what they do. So someone came to me and said, Martin is calling you. And I said, Martin? Who is Martin? So I asked the guy, who is Martin? I don't know who is Martin. He said to me, you don't know who is Martin? Anyway, come to the BDO's office. So I'm like, BDO, where is BDO? Just to tell you the kind of human being I am. Like, I don't really try to know everything. No, things just, I don't know why, things locate me. So I said, okay, I will ask then, where is BDO? The guy said, no worries, ask and come, Martin is calling you. So I asked, they directed me. I said, but I've never been here. It's only on the west end, because there is a Western Union down the building. So it's just the Western Union I've gone to. I don't even know what they do up there. So I went there. It was strange for me. I got there. Immediately I got there, I I was asking Martin, who is Martin? And they directed me, one office. I went there. So the guy said to me, you have been promoted. So I'm like, I laughed. I laughed. I'm like, what kind of promotion is this? Like, seriously. He said, anyway, your office is now here. So why I'm narrating this thing is just to let you know, first of all, how things function. You know, first of all, I told you, when things are happening, there is a purpose for it. I met my husband in that same office I was brought. But before then, before I met my husband, this same Martin has been reading Bible in the church, not in the church, in the office. Whenever he's in the office, when he has a spare time, he would just bring out his Bible and he'll be reading. And I was observing these things, and it was making my heart yearly. Like, I'm so happy about it. But I started asking myself, how do I start reading Bible in the office? Like, start doing this thing, because we don't really have time to do these things. I started bringing a small Bible to the office and I started reading. It was through this man that this whole thing. So I believe there is a purpose for everything. Nothing happens for nothing. Just all you have to ask yourself is, God, why am I here? If he keeps you among people who treat you bad, there is a purpose. Always ask him. He's within you, within your heart. Just speak to yourself, speak to your heart, and he will give you the answers. Everything comes from your heart. If it doesn't come from your heart, it's not from him. Not from your head, I mean from your heart. Because what your heart yearns is what you go for. So now, that was how I was connected to this place. I started knowing more about the things of God. You see, so as I started knowing more about the things of God, when the time comes, things happen just the way it happens. So, right there, like I said, I have this misunderstanding with my husband, with my dad, when I was preparing for the marriage, and he said to me, I should go and buy something on Sunday. Already I've met my husband, so I've learned a lot about things we should do and things we should not do. Like about how to, you know, how to keep the law of God. Because sometimes we say these things with our mouth, but not actually knowing if we are really keeping it. Because sometimes we do things, we do that, we do a lot of things and think everything is right because our parents say so, because no. So that fateful day, my dad threatened me because I said, no, I'm not going to do that, because yesterday we were there doing nothing. No one sent me an errand to go and get buy anything. Nothing happened. Now that I'm about to go to church, I'm prepared. I'm the only one left in the house anyway. Others have gone to church. So he came in and I said to him, no, I'm sorry. I will go to church. I will not stop. Because he wants me to stop, not to go to church and go and cook and go and not just cook, go and buy something and then come and cook. I said no. We have been in the house yesterday, on Saturday. Nothing happened. No one sent, and everyone was just relaxing. So I said, I'm not good. Maybe you can send someone else. I was the first child. And then he threatened me. He said, oh, you have the nerves, you know, he said certain things and said I should come and wed. So I'm like, what does he mean? What does he mean I should come and wed? So it's like a threat. And I said to him, no, bet me. I have done this wedding and finish the story. The wedding is history. It's already done. And that was it. So there are things on how you can tackle issues. When you have many options, you are the one who demanded for those many options. For instance, if I should come to you and said, I need this, and I go to another person and say, I need that, and they gave me different options, what do you expect? You want me to take yours, the other person wants me to take theirs, and the other person wants me to... So it's like a confusion for me. So the only best way is just to never, even if you're going to seek for one. And then as you seek for that one, listen to your inner soul. What is your inner soul? Is it resonating with your inner soul? This is how you're gonna know that indeed you are taking the right decision. Because if your inner soul resonates with what that person said to you, and you are comfortable doing it, go ahead and do it. So that's the thing. Then, like I said, the pressure from family and friends, you just ignore. Find ways to find time for yourself. The problem there is we do not have time for ourselves, and that's why we can't even listen to our own self. I know a lot of people who go by, this person said I should do that, my mom said I should do that, my friend said I should do that, and they keep doing that, and at the end they don't have themselves. They are like toy. They are being using. This will not give you the confidence you need in life. You want to be confident in life, you're going to listen to your inner soul. So that brings me to the 5 tips I got for you, the 5 killer tips. And one of them is trusting your guts. I know sometimes we might like, I can't. The truth is, your instinct knows better than you think. You know that sometimes some things happen, like me. There are things, when things happen, I don't rush things. That's me for you. I take time. I take time. And I was always asked the universe to always show me. I always need confirmation in anything I do. Show me. Let me know. I don't rush decisions. I take time. Even making friends, I take time. And the thing that gives me joy is when you take time to do things, you do the best. When you take time to choose friends, you choose the best. When you take time to take a decision, you make the better decision. But the problem is we are not taking time. We are always in a rush. We always want to put it out there. We are always in a rush, which is not supposed to be so. So my question to you is, have you ever made a decision just because it felt right? Like you felt it in your spirit, you felt it in your bone of bones. Share your experience in the chat section. Share your experience in the chat section. I want to hear from you. Now, when it comes to listening to your instincts, I call it my spirit, I call it my guts, or instincts. These 3 things for me is not your head. It's not what your head, because there's difference between what your head is telling you and what your instinct, your inner self is telling you. They are totally different. They are not the same. Your head can be speaking to you based on the things you have heard in the day, or the words. Like I said, we have all experienced kind of bad situations in life. Sometimes people tell you awful things. People tell you word of hatred, like things you'll be like, what's going on? So my point is, those things will start ringing in your head. That's not your instinct. Your instinct or your spirit is that comes from your soul, from your being, like inner soul, your inner self. You know that time you are with someone, you feel relaxed, or that time you are with someone, you are like, I don't know why I'm feeling this way, but I don't feel comfortable with this person. That is it. That's your spirit. That's where you need to listen to. That's your heart. Listen to your heart more than you listen to your head. Our head can tell us anything. Our head can tell us anything, negative things. But your heart will always give you that comfort. That's what also the Bible said, the Holy Spirit, the Spirit of God will always direct you. That's your heart. But a lot of people do not listen to their hearts. A lot of people listen to their head, listen to people around, and they forgot their feelings, their hearts. I want you to do some, like, just practical test as you go for your daily activities. Take time. Just take time. Maybe you are in a place. Just ask yourself. Listen to your inner self. Are you comfortable there? You found your place among few peoples, maybe 2-3 persons, or you are with someone. Is your heart? Try listening to your heart. Do you know, even sometimes someone might be telling you something? I've experienced this all the time. Someone might be telling you something, and your heart is telling you they are lying to you. But the truth there is, because they are painting, words of lies, they can paint words, they can make things look real, like, look, this is the way it is. But in reality, that's not the way it is. So the thing here is, always listen to your heart. Your heart knows more than you think. Your head does not know what your heart knows. The Bible says, out of the heart the mouth speaks. Whatsoever a man saith comes from their hearts. So you have to listen to your heart more. That's where your instincts, that's where what you need to listen to. Your gut feelings. That time you feel, oh, I think something is wrong somewhere, but I can't fix it. Yeah, you are correct. Something is wrong somewhere. So all you have to do is, whatsoever you are feeling that moment, try to make sure you follow it. Do not subdue it. A lot of people have subdued their feelings, their hearts, and they no longer hear anything from it because they have subdued it. So that's number one killer tip for making a better decision. Any decision you want to make, first of all, look at and ask yourself, does this sit well for you? Ask yourself, How do I feel? Listen to your inner self. Listen to your inner self. Your feelings, your heart will tell you. When you listen, you will hear. That's for sure, you will hear. But the thing is, we don't listen, we don't hear. So, that is the first one. Then the second killer the second killer tip I have for you is look at the bigger picture. Take a step back. And think, like, look at the big picture. You know, sometimes we get caught up. To be honest, sometimes we get caught up in the moments, in the things we do every day, that we forget to consider how these decisions fit into our long-term goals. Have you ever, like, think about a time you made a decision. Now that this decision impacted your future, I need you to tell me, what was it? You know, like I said, a lot of times I made one day. Let me share a story here. Why I said you have to look at the bigger picture. You know, a lot of times people tell you, people give you options. I know it's coming from a good place to, you know, to help you, you know, in so many ways to them. But have you ever taken time to ask yourself, does this really rhyme to what I'm pursuing? My goals. You might really think people are giving you suggestions because they really like you, they really love you. A lot of them don't even know what you want. That's what you need to know. And I've tried this. I've done this several times. When I tell people what I want in life, they give me their own option. So what I do is, I'll try to make sure I make them clear to understand what I really want. And if they insist giving me their options, I'll try to ask the connection. They'll give me their answers. At the end, it's not rhyming to my own goals. So this is another way you can make a better decision. Look at the bigger picture and see if what you are going through in life is really rhyming with what you wanted. You know, sometimes I enrolled on a course, and as I enrolled on this course, I had one thing in mind when I was enrolling for this course, and this one thing is the main reason why I enrolled on this course. So as I enrolled on this course, I joined, but then I didn't see the course anywhere. I'm like, it's because of this that I'm here. So how come am I not getting it? I started asking myself questions like, is this a scam? Why am I not being enrolled in the course I saw vividly? I saw it. I saw it. But so I'm like, okay, let's see what the universe have for me. the day passed, I was still questioning myself, oh, did I make a right decision? Did I make a wrong decision? But because before I even made the decision, I've already asked God to show me himself in any way, which he did in so many ways. He spoke to me, gave me confirmations. But then I said, why am I not enrolled in the course? It was because of this course that I enrolled. But guess what? Like I said, I was telling myself, this cannot be scam. I know this company so well. This cannot be a scam. But I'm not getting what I used because of it and enrolled. Then what happened? The next day, after I enrolled, what I did was, I continued doing other courses that I saw there. Something told me to go to the search box and search for something. And I said, okay. I went to the search box. In the app, I started searching for things. So I saw some things. I'm like, okay, I can enroll in this. I can enroll in this. Okay. I said, now, the thing told me now, search for that course. Because I've searched for the course before. I saw it. And they said, I cannot enroll in this course. And I'm like, my spirit cannot be leading me this way. I know sometimes it seems like the universe play a trick on us. You know, sometimes we like surprises. I like surprises though. So I searched, I saw that the course cannot be enrolled. So, but this time, the second day, it was the first day that I searched the one I searched. I just looked for the course and I saw I cannot enroll on the course. But I said, this is why I enrolled in this course. Why am I not getting it? So what I did was, I said, okay, this cannot be a scam. This cannot, because I know this company so well. I've been seeing this company, so they can't be scam here. This was what I was feeling, and I was speaking it the way I was feeling it. So the next day, I started a particular course. I enrolled on a particular course, and I started doing that one. That was when my spirit or my instinct or whatsoever, God told me to go to the search box and search for something. So I went to the search box and I did. So I found some courses that I can enroll as well. I said, no, I need to start with one, finish one before I can enroll in another. But guess what? My spirit told me again to search for that course that I used because of it to enroll. And I did. Lo and behold, it was free to enroll. And what? I said, really? Immediately I enrolled. That was the main cause why I enrolled on this. Why do I have to narrate this? Listen to your guts and also look at the bigger picture. If these things are not taking you to your goal, then they are not meant for you. It's not for you. So however you want to tackle it, because I believe there are so many ways we can tackle things, we can tackle issues. The way I tackle may not be the way you tackle, but the most important thing is that we should arrive in a place, in a better place. So that was it. I enrolled on the course. So the course was the main thing I was searching for. In as much as the one that I enrolled first was part of what I also wanted. I wanted a lot of things, but I take things step by step. So you have to look at the bigger picture. Do not be carried away with, the flow, things. Just always ask yourself, are you flowing in the right place? Because at the end, if you do all these things and at the end it's not taking you anywhere, you are still in the same cycle, like that you are one place but it's just rotating you, or you are one place, you are not moving. So in order for you to make a better decision, you have to look at the bigger picture. Now I need you to tell me again. I need you to think about this, because this will help you as well. Think about a time you made a decision that impacted your life, your future. What was it? Let me know in the chat box. Let me know in the chat box. And that takes me to the next tip I have for you. And that is seek advice. You know, like I said, in as much as so many people will try to, confuse you. I call it confuse because when you do not have a strong will to make a good decision and you start asking people for advice, everyone will tell you, Mr. A will tell you, Mr. B will tell you, Mr. Z will tell you, everybody will tell you different things. You're about to confuse yourself the more. So always look at yourself and ask yourself, do I really have the willpower? Because I know we all have, but everything, like the saying goes, practice make perfect. When I say perfect, I didn't mean perfect, but practice make you become best at what you do. So if you keep practicing things like this, you become best at it. So as you seek advice from people, like taking it out with someone you can trust, provide perspectives you might also not have considered. That's why I like to I follow my heart. I follow my spirit. I don't know, but this is me. I follow my spirit. If I should speak to someone about something, I was led by my spirit. I'm not doing it on my own. I was led by my spirit to do that. So the point here is, you need to seek advice. But for people who do not have the strong will, when I say strong will in terms of making better decisions, making good, like you can't really make, I know there are a lot of us, there are things you may ask me now and I'll tell you, I don't know sometimes, but if I should take time to think, I will know. But the problem is we do not give ourselves the time to think through it so we can know and take the right steps. So when you feel like you don't really know exactly maybe what to go for, you can seek few friends you can talk to about that something. See if they resonate the same way. Because if Mr. A tells you one thing, Mr. B tells you another, Mr. C tells you another, it's about to confuse you. But if Mr. A, you ask Mr. A, they tell you this one thing, and you ask Mr. B, they tell you the same thing, and you ask Mr. C, they tell you the same thing, then you got to follow through. That's where you now start asking yourself first, is this right for me? If your heart says yes, go for it. It's also an indication that you have right people around you. Because if you don't, there will be signs all over. Everything we do here on earth always have signs. I do have confirmations all the time. Sometimes when I want to make a decision, something will just make someone to tell me something concerning what I'm about to make, and I'm like, okay, did that person said that's right? Like, seriously, did they really know what they said? But for me, it's a confirmation that, okay, this is what you need to do. So seeking advice is is also part of it. But do not go for too many options if you don't have the strong will. If you have the strong will, maybe you can cope with it. You can go and give yourself a try. There's nothing wrong in trying. I believe in trying every second, every day, every hour of my life. This is me for you. Everything I do like I do on trial. So that takes me to the next point, and I have for you the fourth tip, and that is consider the worst case scenario. You know, ask yourself, sometimes these are the things I do. Sometimes imagine, okay, what if this is this? I consider the worst case scenario before I make a decision. If I want to make a decision about my own life, I consider also people around me. I consider people around me. I consider people around me in the sense that people who are really close to me, in the sense that this decision, how is it gonna affect, or is it gonna affect anyone, or is it just based on me? You know what you want, the decision you want to make. Like at times, you know, let's say, let me just give an instance. I don't really know exactly what instance to give, but I want to give an instance that will rhyme with what we are saying here. We make decisions every day. For example, I chose to work, for instance, and I'll be thinking, I know I got to work to bring in some money. I know it will help the family, but my working, will it affect the upbringing of the children? You see where I am coming from. So this is how, now I'll ask myself, my work schedule, is it on a critical timing? If you have younger children at home like me, I have 4 children, and I still have the younger one, 5 years, that will be 6 very soon, and they need you all the time. They call on you, mommy, 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 and you're like, so that time you are at work, you consider a lot of things. Like, this is how I make my decisions. I consider things like, I hope it's not going to affect me as well, because there are things we do, we forget about the consequences we're going to face. Everything we put out there, we have consequences for them. Yeah, we have consequences for them. So this fourth tip is a crucial part as well. You have to consider, what's the worst thing maybe that could happen if I should take this decision or make this decision. What's the worst thing that could happen? This is how you make good and better decisions for yourself that will impact your life in real good time. So often when you do this, you will realize it's not scary as we always think. But it's true because there are times we do things, we are like, oh, if I start doing this now, oh, I will do this, I will lose that, I will do. Most times it's not the way we think it is. So that's why it's good you give it a thought. Consider what could be the worst that could happen if I should make this. What's it? It matters a lot. So that takes me to the next point. You know, sometimes, no, before I go into the next point, I would like to chip in something here. So most of the times we don't allow ourselves to make mistakes. There was a time I was like that, and I procrastinate. Mm-hmm. Because that's what leads to procrastinate. I will. 1 month, 2 months, I will. 3 months, 1 year. You keep procrastinating because you do not want to make that mistake. But I've learned that life is, we learn. We are here to learn. I was doing that literally when I have not learned that we are here to learn. Honestly, the day I learned that there is a purpose why I'm here, that I'm here to learn and relearn, learn and relearn, learn and relearn, that was when that mindset shift happened. Then I started taking steps. I do things, sometimes I just make decisions that way. And at the end, everything comes out right. But most important thing is to follow the guts, the feelings, the gut feelings you have. That's your number one tip. Because any decision you make without that gut feeling, you have not started making the right decisions. But it's good to try like I said, allow yourself to make mistakes, because it's from that mistake you learn. We all learn from the same mistake. No one is perfect, but we are working towards it, to make better decisions, to become our best version. There is nothing like seeing yourself the way you are. You are like, oh, had it been I was like this so many years ago, or so year ago. There are ways you see yourself, you will love yourself. You will love and love yourself more and more, because you've arrived to this level you never knew. But you were struggling all these years. So when we become our best version, it motivates us. It gives us that confidence that we can make more better choices ahead. Oh, we can achieve more. Oh, we can get more. We can achieve more good things. You can become more better and better. Every day you keep bettering your life. This is how it is. You don't become better by not making choices, by not doing anything, by not coming out, by not showing up anywhere. Do your best to show up wherever you think you can show up. Whatsoever that will happen, let it happen. Think about the worst case scenario. So we are here to learn and grow. I have learned that for many years, and that has changed my life. That has helped me make decisions that I'm like, oh, I never knew I could. Now, that takes me to the final tip that I have for you. That is a game-changing tips. All these tips are helpful. All of these tips are helpful in one way or the other, because this is my 5 fingers. One cannot just do it. They need the 5 of them, but they are different and they have different sizes. In the same way, all these decisions, all these tips I've listed to you, that's the same way they are. One has its own unique thing it does for you, but collectively you achieve greater purpose in life. Now that takes me to the game-changing tip I have for you, which a lot of people overlook. A lot of people don't think about it. It matters. It does matter, and that is practice mindfulness. Mindfulness is everything. You have to be mindful of the things you do, the words you speak, the actions you put out there, the things you hear, the things you do, the choices you make. Like I was telling you in the beginning of this live stream, that I spoke to someone last night. Later on, he told me he was also the architect of his problem, which I knew. Because you can't tell me that a problem comes to you without you partaking in them. There are ways we do things. That's why I said, if we only can observe how the universe function, like the creator of the universe function, how things function, you see it's all coming back. Everything you put out there, any energy you put out there comes back to you. If you have this good intention to give good, to always do good, good comes to you. In either way, good comes to you. You see people doing good to you. You see people directing you. It's not like really you are special. No, it's what you put out, it's what you get in return. But a mistake has been done and you are suffering for the consequences. Yeah, the consequences have time and limits. But when we have this understanding and this knowledge, things will change for good. You will have this mindset shift that you will, I never thought of this. I never thought of this. So the thing I'm saying in essence is practice mindfulness. How do you do this? By being present, being aware of your thoughts, of your feelings. That was why I said initially, this beginning and end theme are the most like the engine of a car. You can't move a car without an engine. This is exactly how it is in decision making. These two things work hand in hand. You can't really make a better decision without these two things. That's the guts, feelings, and being mindful, being aware of what you think, your thoughts, your feelings, the things you do. You really need to be in the present. Know exactly what you are putting out. Because when we do this, we see that life is easy. And in as much as situations come, they come for a purpose. They come for we to learn, for we to move higher in life. When you study now, when you go for studying a course, like especially those hard courses, those professional ones, medical doctor, engineering, lawyer, for instance, you spend time studying, reading. Why? Because you want to achieve that. And everything has level by level. When you achieve this, there's another level. You don't stuck in one level. That's the same way it is when it comes to making decisions. Do your best to practice mindfulness. Mindfulness is not you meditating, in as much as it's part of it. It's part of it, but it's not really the main. Just know what you think about. If I wasn't that mindful, I would not even recognize some of my thoughts. Like, seriously, because one day I said to someone, I think we do have similar things. I do have thoughts, negative thoughts come to me, but I ignore sometimes. But when the thoughts persist, that is when I counter it. You know, sometimes you tell people something, they don't really believe you because you have not given them a story about it. So when I now start sharing my stories, then I'll start resonating. I do have this thought. Come in. But what do you do with them? That's what matters. I pay attention to the thoughts, know the negative ones, counter it. And when I counter it, I stick bold where I am, like remain in my position that this is what I'm gonna get out of this. I don't care what I hear. People might have spoken to you in the past, tell you things, you can be better, you can. And when situations are coming around you, it looks like exactly what they are saying is happening, and you are beginning to believe them. No, you are the one who is making those things happen that way, because the universe is what you put out is what you get. So when you make the right move, you get the right results. So the point is, do your best, practice. One thing I will always encourage you to do is to practice, allow you to shift, and also sieve through things. You know how you get a flour, you sieve it, and you sieve maybe wheat flour, you sieve out the chaff, because in everything that happens in life there are chaff, there are good ones, there are bad ones. You have to learn to sieve those things through. When you sieve them through, I tell you, you are already sieving out the noise, the distractions, because there are a lot of noise out there. I've met people who, they try to, hey, this, that, like this. It seems like, let's bubble, but every time it's not bubble. There are times you need to go quiet, like, know what you are doing. Am I really on the right track? Am I really doing what I'm supposed to do? Am I really is this taking me to my goal? Because if you do not have a goal, it's a problem. Anyway, I have in the description down there how you can set and achieve goals for yourself. You start small. So with all this is what will make your confidence, you stand out. And people who knew you to be somebody who have no confidence, we start, what happened? You changed. You were transformed. What happened? It's just a mindset shift. You have to start, first of all, the mindset, and then taking action. By practicing these things. Any word you speak out there, observe it. Be mindful of it. Be aware of them. Any place you go to, observe. Be mindful. How many times? Is this normal? Is this okay? Am I with the right ones? Because when you don't, you will not even know when you're in the wrong place or you're with the wrong people. Because a lot of times, like I said, when you're with the wrong people, they'll tell you their own version of things, whereas it's not rhyming with yours. And that's what makes people make wrong decisions every time. Wrong decisions every time. But the most reason why we make wrong decisions every time is that we never give ourselves the time to think, to listen to our inner gods, our inner feelings, our instincts. We never listen to it. I've heard a lot of people all the time when we talk, when I talk with people, I hear them say, oh, I thought about it before, but I don't know what happened. And I will ask, okay, why then did you since it came to your spirit? They'll say they don't know. They don't know. Because the point is that they see that thinking is hard for them. So trying to sit down, a lot of people do not really have time to sit, like be on their own, think about their personal life. They just want to flow with the flow out there. You know, when you, it's happening here, let's go there, let's happen there, let's go there, this is happening here. It's good. Enjoying these things are good, but if you don't set a goal for yourself, the universe, people around you will set one for you. So you have to really practice being, because when you are grounded in making choices that are aligned to your goal, like to your value, and maybe your decisions, your desires, those things you desire to achieve, and your decisions are aligning to them, your choices are aligning, it's easier. That's where you see life is easier. You will know you don't need to struggle. Like I said, I gave you an instance. I enrolled on a course. I enrolled because of one particular course. And when I enrolled, I no longer see the course I used because of it. I enrolled. And I'm like, what's going on? What's happening? I started thinking, but I'm on the right track. I keep asking myself, I'm on the right track, because before I make this decision, it was hard. I make sure I get confirmations. I made everything that I made. So, but you know how the universe always surprises us with things we never thought of in our lives. And I went into the app and I enrolled on another course. But the main course I used because of it, I saw it, but I couldn't. So I'm like, why? What's happening? So for me, it was a surprise that the universe gave me that day. They just want to trick me a little. So that's why you have to. Because for instance, if I made that decision based on outside pressure, or I enrolled the course because others are enrolling, I will only God knows what will happen. Because I'll end up not even enrolling in any. I'll just request my money back. And that's it. But the truth is, when I enrolled in another course that was not the reason why I enrolled, I was still asking myself, this cannot be a scam. I know this cannot be a scam. But let me go through, let me follow through. I had to follow through. I just gave myself a day passed. The next day, my instincts told me to do this, do that, search for this, search for that. I did, and I found the course again. And I'm like, this was the same course I found that day that they said I cannot enroll in. Now I am enrolling in it, which I enrolled. You have to learn to follow your instincts. When you do this, life will be easier for you. You don't even need to stress yourself too much. Like I said, when I enrolled and I didn't see the course, I didn't go, I said, okay, let me enroll on another one. I saw another one that I'm interested in. I enrolled. But I was still trying to confirm, this cannot be this. Because kind of giving me another perspective that this is not what it is. No, because I know from the inner self that is what I want. That is exactly what I have been. Hello, good to have you here. Good to have you here. Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. Said, yeah, I see. Oh, I saw your email. Now I remembered. I was going through your email this morning. I saw your email. So good to have you here. I'm good. I'm doing great. And you, I hope you are good. I hope you are good. Thank you for being here. Thank you for taking part in this live streaming. I can't take it for granted. Thank you for being here. So we're already rounding up because we are talking about decision making, and I've already given out the 5 tips, 5 killer tips to make the right decision anytime, any day. So right away, I want to ask you something, or maybe we take a kind of text, but for the sake of those joining now, and let me just recap a bit, just what we did. We did 5 tips to make better decisions all the time, anytime, any day. So these 5 killer tips, the first one is listening to trust your guts. Listening or trusting, they are the same for me. So trust your gut feelings, your instinct. You can call it your instinct. I call it my spirit, my instinct, my gut. You should trust it because it knows more than you think. Again, is the next tip is look at the bigger picture. You know, when you are going through things in life, try to see if it's aligning to your goal. Like, for instance, you say you want to become somebody, like something like, I want to be a medical doctor, and you are doing something that doesn't get you close to be a medical doctor. You are not working towards that goal. What you are doing is drifting you away from your goal. So always look at the bigger picture. Consider what you are doing now. Is it going to take you to where you are going? Because if it's not going to take you there, then you are not aligning what you're doing to your goals. And the third tip I gave you is to seek advice. But I gave a kind of note or a disclaimer that be careful of seeking advice, because there are people I know, when they seek advice, they go for Mr. A, Mr. B, Mr. C, Mr. D. And these people will give them different options. And these different options will now make them feel more confused. So instead of, because why I say so is that everyone does not have the same willpower. We all have willpower, but some people have more stronger willpower than the others. That's why we have people who always follow the advice of others. They never follow their own instincts, what their heart told them. So they don't have strong willpower. That's why they go through, follow other people's advice, because they think other people knows better than them. So, but most times it doesn't lead us to our goal. So whatsoever you want to achieve in life, be it anything, you have to make sure you are seeking advice from the right source, like the right person. Even if you have a strong will, you are free. You can ask as many as you can, so you can get different perspective. But if you don't have a strong willpower, I think it's better you listen to yourself more. It's always good to listen to your inner self. Know what your heart is telling you. What your heart is yearning for is what you really want, not what others tell you. So the other tip I also gave was consider the worst case scenario. What is the worst that could happen if you make this decision? So now, as you ask that question, you think through what could have happened. Like, what is it that when I make this decision, what will I get out of it? This is how you're gonna know. So the final one I was talking about when you came in was practicing mindfulness. Mindfulness is crucial in everything we do. So mindfulness will help you a lot to achieve more of the things you want to achieve in life. Because make sure that as you are going through every moment in life, make sure they are aligning to your value, your goals, your desires, those things you have projected for yourself. Make sure that your actions and the things you are doing are rhyming to take you there. This is the only way you can make the best decision ever. And this part is the life-changing part, because I do see that a lot of people are not mindful, and that's why they don't take things step by step. Because if they are mindful, they will take things step by step. I see people they just jump, skip some things, do anyhow. After all, we'll get there. You don't get there by anyhow means. No, you get there by strategically following procedures. Like baking, for instance, if you are to bake a cake, you bake, another person bake the same quantity, everything, but yours didn't rise as theirs. So tell me, do you think what happened there? You never followed procedures. Because if you follow procedures, yours will rise. Your own cake will rise like theirs. Everything will be equal if you follow procedure. So that's the result we always get in life. We make wrong decisions, and that's why we see ourselves in wrong situations most of the time, because those are part of what we think about. We always go for what is in our head, not what is in our heart, and that's the wrong part. Always go for what is in your heart. What is your heart yearning? You see a lot of times, you see people, they see themselves going here, doing these things, because this is what they love to do. Not what people tell them to do, because those things that people tell you is what comes back to your head and starts speaking to you in your head. Those are the voice of men. I put in the voice of men. So what is coming in your head should not be what you think about. Think about what's coming from your heart. At the end, what do you feel? How do you feel? Because that's the most important thing. How do you feel at the end? So these 5 tips. Now I want you to take a deep breath with me. Let's get grounded before making big decisions. I always like make sure before I take, like the decision I told you I took this step. It took me days to think about it. It took me weeks. I must enroll on this. But it took me time to be sure that I'm doing the right thing. So which I did. And I'm glad I never made that mistake. It's not a mistake I made. No. It's not a mistake I made. So that is one thing I want you to always do. Every decision you make, be it little, do not say this is nothing, it doesn't matter. No, everything matters. What you put out there is what you get in return. So always learn to put out the right things so that you get the good things in return. That's the goal. Unless you don't like your life, you have decided to remain in the box, because I have seen people I spoke to every day. I spoke to people every day, and some have this kind of mindset that this is really where they belong. But that's not the mindset I have. I don't believe in that. I don't believe in that. I belong in the greater vision, in the becoming the best version of myself. If no one out there help me, I'll help myself. How do I help myself? By knowing that this is what I want. And what do I do to get there? I'll start searching. Looking for things. Looking for tools that will take me to where I want to go to. You don't see a car or a flight. For instance, you want to go to America. You see a flight going to Japan. You take the flight to Japan. It will not take you to America. It will take you to Japan. That's exactly how it is. So as you are, whatsoever you are doing, before you book the ticket of your life, book anything, go through it. Think about it. Do a quick mindfulness exercise on anything you want to do in life. This is my own experience, and I shared with you. I have encountered situations in life that are sometimes I thank God for making that decision, for taking the step in the first place. Because if I do not take the step, how do I know? How do I get there? There is no way I will know. So that is what it is. Then the making better decision, I want to have some little exercise with you. I want you to close your eyes and think of a tough, decision. I need you to think of a tough decision. Now, breathe in, hold. Like, seriously, breathe in, hold, and exhale. You know why? I want you to focus on how you feel when you did that, or when you take that decision. How you feel about the decision itself. There are some decisions we take, we never know, we never try to think of how do we feel about this decision. Is this decision gonna make me a great person, a better version of me? Is this decision gonna bring me down or hold me back? We have never done any of this. So this is what I encourage you to do now. I need you to breathe in, hold it, then exhale it. When you do, always focus on how you feel. This is the most important thing I can tell anyone. You know why? Because this is the engine of our lives. If your life is great today, something made it great. It's the decision you made, the steps you took made it great. If your life, if you seem like your life does not want it, or the life is the way it is, it's still the way you make it. It's still the decisions you took. So I want to let you know that your emotions are also clues. So you have to listen to them. You have to listen to them. Listen to your feelings. Listen to your emotions. I have one question for you, and that is, did this help you, this live streaming? If this live streaming really helped you, I want you to drop a yes in the chat comment, or in the comments. I want you to drop a yes in the chat section or in the comments if you are watching, if you are replaying this live streaming. So in wrapping up, we did 5 things. The first one, listen to your guts. The second one, look at the bigger picture. Look at the bigger picture. Look at, is it taking you to your goal? Because these are the things we need in life to make better decisions, to become our best version. That has been my priority, to always be better than the way I was yesterday. My life is never the same. No, I keep changing every day. It's not the way I am today, the way I'm going to be tomorrow. So first, your guts. How do you feel? It matters a lot. It matters a lot. Second, look at the bigger picture. The third, seek advice with caution. The fourth one, always consider, is very crucial, the worst case scenario, because that will also propel you in making the right decision. Consider the worst case scenario. And finally, practice mindfulness. Always be in the moment. Always be aware of your thoughts. What are going on what are the things going on in your head? Be aware of them, because if you're not aware of them, they will take over you. But when you're aware of them, you will now know how to filter off some chaff, because most of them are chaff. So now, which of this tip will you start using today? Is it practicing mindfulness or listening to your gut feelings? Maybe your instincts, your spirit, or looking at the bigger picture, or even, considering the worst case scenario. Which of these will you start using today? Let me know in the chat. Yeah, someone is saying something in the chat. I need to how to decide. Oh, I see. It really helped me. Okay. So the point here is, make sure you choose one you can start using today. And let me know which of them in the chat box. You can number them as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, because we listed 5. So you know which of them. The first one, gut feelings. Second one, look at the bigger picture. Third one, advice, seek advice. Fourth one, consider the worst case scenario. And the fifth one, practice mindfulness. Okay, listening to your guts and feelings. Perfect. Whichever one you choose, thank you for letting us know in the chat box. I really do appreciate that. So whichever one you want to practice, you want to start using, is very crucial. You do it often so that you be used to them. And when you grew on that particular aspect, you move on to another one, another tip. And this is how you become better you. This is how you become better than the way you were yesterday. Yeah. So if you found this live stream valuable, I encourage you to like and share this live section. Share it with someone who needs this. Life decision is everything in our lives. I've seen a lot of people who go for so many things because other people make them go for it. It was never their thing. They never felt for it, but they went for it. And they see those years as a wasted years. All these things stem from the decision we made every day. So I would, want you to join me in my next talk. We are going to be talking next week about I think confidence, naturally building confidence. I think so. No, we're gonna talk, not that, sorry about that. Next week we're gonna talk about, so join me as we talk about as we talked about how to be good at anything. That's what we are going to be talking about next week. So I do this live streaming every Saturday around, sometimes I start 9, depends on the situation. So but I do it in the morning, 9 to 10, 11, 12. So from that time is when I start. We started late because of some things in the studio. So that's it. So thank you for taking part in this live section. I really do appreciate your efforts for being here. You are highly appreciated. Honestly, I cannot take it for granted. I cannot take it for granted. Thank you for joining me as we make better decisions in starting from now till so. And I hope you make best and become your best version as we grow to become our best version, because that's my aim. That's why I'm here. That's why I'm doing this live streaming. That's why I'm streaming and uploading videos to help you become your best version, because that's my goal as well, to become my best version. So thank you for being here. I really do appreciate your efforts, and I'll be seeing you in this video. I made a video about confidence, yeah, and I'll be seeing you in that video. Bye. You deserve that. Thank you very much. Bye.